Welcome to the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots Lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots Lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind. It's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Good morning, people, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. Welcome to another episode of Morning Coffee. I figured I'd get up in the lab this morning. Drop your comments. We are rolling on Facebook and YouTube this morning, but I wanted to get in here. Y'all see the title. There's some crazy shit going on in America today. There is some crazy shit going on in America today. Y'all wanted it. They're out here. So what we're going to do before we even get started, I want to thank everybody for joining the show this morning, but we're going to go ahead and get into our first video. Y'all know how we do it here. We're going to show it, then we'll talk about it, and we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. And we're going to start it off with Mr. Carl Higbee so we can get to the actual and factual of it all.
Has tried to release the Epstein files, and they were sealed by 3 separate judges, ironically, all appointed by Democrats on 3 separate occasions. Check out who blocked this each time. This is actually amazing, folks. July 23rd, 2025, release blocked by Robin L. Rosenberg, the Southern District of Florida, appointed by Barack Obama in 2014. That's weird. Denied unsealing the grand jury transcripts from Epstein's 2005 to 2007 Florida federal investigation, ruling that the request fell outside judicial proceedings and violated state secrecy guidelines, and declined to transfer the case back up to New York. August 11th, just a month later, 2025, blocked again by Paul A. Engelmeyer, Southern District of New York, rejecting unsealing of grand jury materials from Ghislaine Maxwell's case, stating that they contained no new information. And, they said it was a risk of unraveling secrecy without sufficient justification. That's pretty weird, because another judge just released all the grand jury information to Comey's team, which you would think, since Comey is, like alive and stuff, unlike Epstein, would be even more unprecedented. But whatevs. Anyway, the third time, on August 20th, 2025, Richard M. Berman, Southern District of New York, denied unsealing of grand jury transcripts and exhibits from the Epstein 2019 indictment, calling the DOJ's motion a diversion from its own and unreleasing files, emphasized threats to victim safety and privacy, even though all those names just would have been redacted. But yet, here we are, and the people who tried to get on this early, like Massey, were made out to be demons.
Get my microphone working here. So when we do our research, because we've been going back and forth with this for a while, people mad at Trump for not releasing it when they wanted him to release it and things of that nature and everything. But I told people before, and it's basically common sense, but people get you wrapped up into it. If the Democrats ever had anything that could link Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form to Epstein. Dude, even if it was bogus, they would have used that shit when Joe Biden was president. They did everything else that they could possibly do. They're not going to stop short and not use that information, but they never had it. They never had it. And then they tried to come up with some links, but then come to find out the links that they came up with, the Republicans went and exposed it before they had a chance to drop it. Come to find out, old girl said Donald Trump ain't had anything to do with anything. But we know now, because since everybody wanted the files for so long, and because Donald Trump didn't release the files when they wanted them to release the files, oh, the Don must be hiding something. Well, you know, it always turns out to be something other than what they're saying it to be. But, you know, I'm going to let James Comey just bring a little bit of clarity to what we're talking about. Okay, Comey.
I've always believed that sunshine is the best disinfectant.
That's right.
For years, the American people have demanded transparency about Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's horrific crimes and about the federal government's failure to protect the victims. The House Oversight Committee is conducting a thorough review of the federal government's investigation into Epstein. Our work goes far beyond the legislation before us today. We are committed to accountability, transparency, and justice for the American people and for the survivors of these appalling crimes. To date, the Oversight Committee has released more than 65,000 pages of documents, issued 13 subpoenas, and conducted interviews with 2 key witnesses, both of whom were Republicans. The Trump administration has provided us with Department of Justice materials and access to suspicious activity reports. Unfortunately, throughout this investigation, Democrats have chosen to manufacture yet another anti-Trump hoax instead of pursuing justice. They have mischaracterized witness testimony and selectively released documents complete with targeted redactions in an effort to smear President Trump. For example, former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, who oversaw the 2019 Epstein investigation, stated clearly under oath that the prosecution team found no evidence that President Trump committed wrongdoing. Despite this simple and straightforward fact, Ranking Member Robert Garcia, moments after that deposition, tiptoed out and publicly claimed that, quote, Barr could not clear Trump of wrongdoing. That was a lie, and we have the transcript to prove it. I invite the media to read the transcript. When the Oversight Committee interviewed former U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, Alex Acosta, Democrats whipped themselves into a frenzy trying to manufacture a gotcha moment, but they failed. Mr. Acosta dismantled the Democrats' narrative. His testimony confirmed there was no contact between President Trump and Mr. Acosta and no connection between President Trump in the Epstein case. Next, Democrats resorted to selective leaks and doctored documents to mislead the American people. Oversight Committee Republicans have posted 65,000 pages of documents we have received to date. Democrats, by contrast, have released fewer than 12. In their latest selective leak, Democrats released just three of the 23,000 pages of documents from the Epstein estate. And they made redactions to 2 of those emails that changed both the context and the meaning of the 3 pages they released. When CNN called them out for their deceptive redactions, Representatives Stansbury and Crockett tried to blame Republicans for their own edits, for the Democrat Oversight Committee edits. After Democrats released only 3 emails, Republicans released over 23,000 pages. And what did Democrats say in response? When we released every single document that we got, they claimed full transparency was meant to, quote, disorient or distract from their manufactured narrative. These are the same Democrats who chant, release the files every day until the files contradict the story they want to tell. That is the definition of hypocrisy. In contrast, full transparency exposed how Epstein appears to be TDS patient zero. The evals reveal a journalist coached Epstein to blackmail then presidential candidate Donald Trump.
The gentleman's recognized.
The files also show that a House Democrat colluded with Epstein during the 2019 oversight hearing to discredit witness with a vendetta against President Trump. And unsurprisingly, Democrats have been silent about their colleagues' coordination with Epstein. Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet.
All right, y'all see where we're getting at. Good morning, Mama Mona. We have plenty of more videos to show. I hope everybody is following along with what the hell is going on. I mean, this is some crazy shit we're dealing with in America. So the liberal judges from day one, as if you've been watching the videos, have been the ones blocking the release of the Epstein file, trying to manipulate and do whatever they need to do and try to blame Trump. Well, lo and behold, after all the whining and all that shit, we finally get some shit. And who are the ones that are implicated fucking around with Mr. Epstein after the fact? After the fact. And see, when they get caught, they act like it's no big thing. They either try to flip the script and pin it on the Republicans in some crazy way, or they just act like everything is cool. Let me give you a dose of what I'm talking about. Mama Mona, it is good to see you this morning, but these Democrats and people been waiting, and they're the only ones implicated in doing this. And it doesn't make no sense. Let me show you this lady. And while she is doing this, she is literally now, her name is Stacy Plaskey. She's literally texting Jeffrey Epstein while the Jeffrey Cohen hearings are taking place. Y'all check this shit out. I mean, I wish I could make this shit up. Let me see if they'll let me pull it.
If
okay.
you're thinking about
Hold on, I got a
small
commercial.
business, this printer is such a good investment. Shirt,
But it's crazy,
pencil
yo.
pouch, and
Stand behind that offer.
We're gonna see it.
Chairman asks me, and I'll take it under advisement now, and it's not a problem in terms of attorney-client privilege. Yes, I will turn it over.
You, as my friend, Mr. Meadows, pointed
Check
out,
it out.
led this committee even today in a written submission that contradicted your testimony. You have suggested you are going to review that. Did you review? Are you going to review it in our next break to correct the record? Yes or no?
Yes,
Question: you helped out the president's campaign, or were involved in the campaign as a representative, as a spokesman. Even in your words today, it was your.
She
idea
is
for the campaign
texting
dating
Jeffrey
back to
Epstein.
2011. Is that accurate? Yes or no?
yes,
2011 is a year that sticks in my head. For it's the year my daughter was born, and it was the year I was diagnosed with cancer. I was not then pushing for Donald Trump to be president. I was fighting cancer. Even in 2016, I was publicly backing a certain Republican from Texas.
Yo, this is not the first time that the demons, as Mama Mona calls them, have gotten caught with their hands in the cookie jar. They don't care. They don't care. It's crazy shit going on in America today. It really is some crazy shit. And they come out, they have no proof. They have no receipts of nothing that they talk about. That's the crazy shit. Jasmine Crockett, she admitted it. They admit it. When people asked them and back to, well, do you have any proof? Well, not really. but you know, this could be possible. He could be this, he could be that, he could be affiliated with this, he could be affiliated with that. While the Democrats dangle all these ifs and manipulate all these ifs with no actual and factual evidence or proof of anything, there's always receipts to come back and bite them in the ass on shit they be doing. And they don't care. You know why they don't care? Because the American people don't care. And I'm not going to say all, because we know who we are that do care. You know, I had somebody ask me the other day, they said, Patriot, you're supposed to have a podcast. Why don't you come on regular and stuff? Why don't you just start doing other stuff? Well, because I didn't start out that way. I started out for love of country, doing what I do for country. But damn, this shit right here is so intense. It's hard. It's hard to come on day after day after day after day and cover the insanity that is literally taking place in your country, especially if you really care and compassionate about it. You know why these people on the news can come out and talk about the shit that's going down every day? Because they don't give a fuck. They be laughing, they be giggling, they just think it's because at the end of the day, they don't feel the shit the normal American people feel. They don't feel it. RW, what's good? They don't feel it. So they can just get out here and talk all nonchalantly about it. Do y'all know that's all that takes place in this country? Is we talk about it? I mean, not now Trump is bringing some type of accountability. Y'all see the havoc this motherfucker's causing. He's causing havoc, peace, and he's making deals at the same time. This man's working on a trifecta. He's driving the Democrats crazy. He's causing havoc here in the States because he's cleaning shit up. Listen, sometime when the pile of shit is so big and there's so much of it, it's going to get messy cleaning that shit up. He is taking a chainsaw. He's not taking no motherfucking scalpel and strategically. This man is taking a damn chainsaw to what the last administration did. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He ain't got time to just sit back. Can you imagine? Just imagine 10 million people having court dates. We can't even get our own citizens in the court. We got them sitting in jail 6, 7, 8 months before a court date. Can you imagine trying to put 10 million people? No, listen. That's why when I go on other people's platforms and they're talking about shit that really, really, to me anyway, don't make sense. I ain't got time to talk about the bullshit. The shit that the Democrats are trying to lead you into keep talking about and talking about. You know why? Because there's some more serious shit that's taking place in this country while they steady keep us focused on some bullshit. For real, for real. And let me give you a prime example. You might say, Ray, well, what are you talking about? Well, let me see if I can get it up here. We're going to get it up. Loading up the videos. Y'all bear with me. Like, share, subscribe. Bring that bell so you can get them instant notifications. But while we trying to keep our eye off the prize, look what the fuck is going on. And where would you say this is? Look at that. What else we got? What else we got? Let's see what we got here. What else we got going on?
وهذه زينب تناديك ومجروحة من الذيل ما ظنتي تنسانا طول الدهر ويانا يا حجة الله يا إمامي وياك ننسى ضلوع الزهرة ننسى يا ويل العصرة ما ذمتي تنسى فعايل أعداك تنسى الخيول الداست تنسى الخيول الداست صدر الإمام وراحت فوق الضلوع وكربلاء بس تنخاف.
And we fucking around talking about some Epstein files. We focused on some Epstein files. We focused on some shit that don't even matter. We arguing back and forth about some shit that don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, we already know who the hell is on the Epstein files. Name one Republican so far that they've brought out. Now, the Democrats are the one trying to say that, you know, Trump and everybody's on the Epstein files. Why are you messing with the Epstein files when you got shit like this taking place? Huh? Sandra Horn, good morning. Good morning. She says it's YouTube virtual reality. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you know what? It's going on here in America. It's going on here in America. And it's like we live in a house. And some motherfuckers we hate moved in across the street. And we so focused on having our in-house turmoil, they got cousins coming over. They get ready to come bum rush us. We're not even paying attention to all the relatives they got come moving in, living in the basement, moving in and shit like that so they can get ready. Do y'all see what the hell's going on? Do y'all care? No, but Trump is just this. This is why I say crazy shit is happening in America, because just look at New York. Look at New York. They voted in a socialist. Listen, you know what's taking place? The old guard realizes that there's no way in hell that they're going to be able to stay and keep messing around with the younger generation. So they've now recruited these youngsters. These youngsters ain't got no money. They ain't got no money. How they starting out like that? No, they're being tossed into the ring of politics. And now they're being used to manipulate the new younger generation. Yeah. The Squad, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, all of these people being funded by George Soros and people like that of high power. That's all it is. And we're continuing to fall for the okie doke. Instead of fighting for our country, we rather fight against people that we already know are liars. We can't waste our energy on them. We can't. I can't get up here and keep talking about what they want us to talk about, what they're talking about. They're liars. That's why I give Donald Trump credit. A lot more credit this second term going around. Because he's not putting up with their bullshit. He's not going back and forth. He's not having them little spouting matches. My man is securing peace deals. My man is securing economic deals. My man is securing the border. My man is securing crime in these cities. So, you know, he's doing his shit. while everybody is still running around in mass hysteria, talking Epstein this and this and that this. Under it all, he's doing his shit. We're still winning. We're still winning. The youth is focused on Nick Fuentes. Let's see if we got that up there. The youth is focused on Nick Fuentes and Shapiro, while people like Mandani are getting into leadership and letting socialism creep into our major cities. And it's not, it's not even that. I mean, they come in, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. And hey, I try to be a realist. I try to be a realist. When you have a lot of these youth that have been unguided by the previous generation, and then all of a sudden you have somebody that's willing to guide them, so be it in the wrong direction, this is what you're gonna get. This is what you're gonna get. When we started allowing these old people to take the Pledge of Allegiance out of the school and take prayer away and all of this stuff, it wasn't the kids that did it. It was the old fogies that did it. When they started making that disconnect, these radicals started seizing on the minds of these young kids, man. And I mean, thank God there's enough of us that we really don't want to do this. Because we're the fight. We're the fight. We are the fight. Because there's enough of us that be damned. There's enough of us that be damned. And that's the crazy shit. Y'all see what's going on up in Dearborn, Michigan, right? It's crazy. Look, I am not living in a motherfucking neighborhood, pardon my French, in the United States of America, where I have to deal. Joe, if it ain't the Pledge of Allegiance, we'll play it again, just in case you didn't hear it. They didn't. I don't know what happened with that one there. It kind of went away. But I hope y'all got it the first time I played it. Look, what would happen to any of us if we took one of our 12-inch subwoofers, put it outside of our house, and just started playing Jimi Hendrix? Y'all remember when he did the national anthem with the guitar? What would happen if we just let that blast for 5 radius miles? Y'all see what the hell's going on? America, do we got to get ready for call to prayer in the morning? I mean, is that... Wow. My man talking about he going up to Dearborn. My man Cash Kelly, he talking about he about to go check it out for himself. And I was gonna go. I had to hit him up and reach out to him. So Cash, if you're watching, just hit me up. We got a sister up that way, Bobby. We might come holler at you, but yo, this shit is real, man. They y'all think it's a joke. Y'all think it's a joke. And ain't nobody standing up. Not really. Ain't nobody doing nothing. We get on TV every day. Everybody do podcasts every day. We sit back, we cover it. Is it, I don't know, are we supposed to let it happen? Is it one of them things you sit back in your country and you're like, wow, okay. People come here and assimilate. They bring their own nationality. That's what America is. That's what they really, is that what we're supposed to do? Name another country in the whole damn globe that allows everybody from every other country to just come in there, plant their flag, claim stake, and then start building up shit. I just want to know, am I imagining this shit? Because nobody seems to really be upset. Nobody really seems to be upset about the situation at all. I know and understand that they said America was the melting pot, but the pot has overflown a million times over years ago. When does it stop being the melting pot and just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know and I don't understand. What I do know and understand, this is some crazy shit going on in America. We got one party lying on another party. That we got a party that's been fixated on a man. I have never seen it before in politics. These people have been fixated on one man, and no matter what the issue is, they make damn sure they are on the opposite side of the issue. That's hatred. That's hatred. That's pure. When you can't come to grips with nothing over years, that is hatred. And they hate him so much that they're willing to blatantly lie to your face, like with the shutdown. Longest shutdown in history. Republicans simply said, yo, let's do what we've been doing for a long time. Let's do the clean CR. Let's open this shit up. And then we're going to sit down. We're going to talk about it. No, but because it was Donald Trump, like they always do, they decide they want to break protocol. And then lie to your face about who's breaking protocol. And this is the thing. This is why they keep lying to their constituents' face. This is why they keep lying to the American people's face, because nobody's doing nothing about it. Nothing. We've been talking how long about who's on Epstein files, who's on Epstein files, who's on Epstein files, and now you literally get people dealing with Epstein. You get one lady texting back and forth with Epstein while she's supposed to be in the middle of a hearing. That's tight. That's tight right there. I'm curious to see what the Christian Nation movement does to push back on Islamic movements in the USA. The USA changed a bit since they took out our boy Charlie. Well, you know what? It all depends on who you asking, because hey, well, I'm a Christian and I'm quick to buck sometimes. So I can't sit back and say that the Christians wouldn't stand up. And I'm not going like that dude Jake. I don't know what's up with him. Only thing I'm doing is watching him up in Dearborn, Michigan, with some people talking about he's taking the streets back. But look, this is the thing. This is This is the thing. If a government doesn't want civil unrest, why doesn't the government intervene in what they know is blatantly wrong? I mean, not just chip away at pockets and do. No, if you know something is blatantly going down that could literally lead to civil unrest, why are you still allowing it to happen? I don't want to answer that question. I don't want to be the one to answer that question. I already know why. I already know why. On my other thing, I showed Enrique and a couple of the Proud Boys showing up in Portland to stand outside the facility center up there and make way so the vehicles can come in and out. Is that what it's going to come to? You know, because everybody has backing. Them crazy Democrat politicians, they got their crazy ass liberals out there in the street. You know, there's a patient side. There is a very patient side. And we have to remember, Donald Trump is just in year one. And he doesn't tolerate shit but for so long. Really, he doesn't tolerate shit but for so long. People can say what they want to say about Donald Trump. Me, for one, I know and understand that the man isn't a perfect man, but I also know and understand from years of watching him, he cares about this country. So I'm not going to be that guy because everything doesn't go my way, because I don't understand everything he does, why he does what he does. But I do believe that he's doing everything he needs to be doing to put America at the forefront once again on everything. On everything. But we got the Dems. And you might be right, RW. Order out of chaos. Order out of chaos. And that might be, you know, he might have to revamp it all. He might have to revamp it all. You see, he's making people reapply for SNAP and all that shit. You got to revamp the roles. That's what you get with a builder like Donald Trump. That's what you get with somebody like Donald Trump. Donald Trump knows and understands you just can't renovate everything. Sometimes you got to tear it down and put up a new. And that's what Donald Trump, he sees areas that he can renovate in this country, and that's what he does. But he also sees areas that, you know what, renovation isn't going to be the solution. I have to tear it down and start anew. And that takes a lot of people to really understand that. That's why I'm happy with my dude. He just got $1 trillion from Syria. People are here. Shut up. Shut up. Because you know what? Them fighter jets that he gave them, they're going to get it from somewhere. So why not get them our scraps that we're knowledgeable with and pocket $1 trillion at the same time? See, y'all don't know nothing about business. Y'all don't know nothing about business. People getting mad. Look, when you sit around a business table and you sitting around alphas, just because y'all sipping on a little yacht, smoking on some stogies, laughing it up, that don't mean your friends. Y'all sitting around conducting business like alphas are supposed to. Not getting all in your feelings and shit. It's called business for a reason. And that's what he's doing. He's conducting his business. He's conducting his business here at home, and he's conducting his business abroad. That's why I don't get into the nuances of all this other bullshit that we as Americans see, but we watch it. We watch it happen right in front of our face. And we bitch about it, and we complain about it. And when some of us, we get in the spats back and forth over lies. I don't. I call you out for what it is. And then that's it. I'm not going to go back and forth over bullshit. I'm not going to sit up and talk on a podcast, on a panel about bullshit when there's real life shit going on. Not going to do it. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody has a fresh cup of coffee this morning. But I wanted to get on here and just rant a little bit before I go into the grind. But, you know, people can get away with shit. The Dems can get away with shit that ordinary people just can't get away with.
We call drivers in this state gold tier clients, the ones we'd fight to keep because of inflated commissions.
With the bill to force the release of the Epstein files now cleared through the House, going through the Senate, and on its way to President Trump's desk soon, tonight a Republican effort to punish a Democratic colleague over her contact with Jeffrey Epstein failed inside of the House. That's because moments ago, lawmakers rejected a resolution to censure Democratic delegate Stacey Plaskett, she represents the Virgin Islands, for texting with Jeffrey Epstein during a 2019 hearing that featured Donald Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen. These were texts that were among the 20,000 pages of documents the House released last week.
This is the hypocrisy that I am talking about right here. So, y'all can literally have one of your own texting back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein during a Michael Cohen hearing, and nothing happened to her. Nothing.
And they show that Epstein texted Stacey Plaskett saying, quote, Cohen brought up Rona, keeper of the secrets, referring to Trump's longtime assistant, Rona Graff. Plaskett responded, quote, Rona, and then asked, quick, I'm up next. Is that an acronym? Epstein replied, that's his assistant. A few minutes later, Plaskett asked this.
As Ms. Rona, what is Ms. Rona's position?
Rona Graff is Mr. Trump's executive assistant.
And would she be able to corroborate many of the statements that you've made here?
Yes, her office is directly next to his, and she's involved in a lot that went on.
A minute after Plaskett wrapped up her questioning there, Epstein texted her, quote, good work. The text exchange comes just 3 months after the Miami Herald published its investigation detailing Epstein's abuse of young girls. And tonight, House Democrats are fiercely defending Stacey Plaskett, with the leader, Hakeem Jeffries, calling the censure vote a political stunt, as Plaskett is echoing that defense and denying that Epstein had any influence on her questions.
They've taken a text exchange which shows no participation, no assistance, no involvement in any illegal activity, and weaponized it for political theater. Because that's what this is.
And my source tonight is the Democratic leader in the House, Hakeem Jeffries. And thank you, sir, for being here. Obviously, a lot of movement up on Capitol Hill today. And you heard Stacey Plaskett there. She was arguing her texts with Jeffrey Epstein were not illegal. But in your view, were they appropriate?
Well, Stacey Plaskett is not accused of violating any House rule, any law, any statute.
Look, that makes me, look, I can't even play the video. I can't even play it. I can't play it no more. I can't play it no more. I'm sick. It makes me nauseated. It makes me nauseated. It breaks my heart that this can happen. Y'all trying to pin everything Epstein on Trump. looking for everything Epstein on Republicans, looking for every little thing to connect Epstein to any of them to destroy them. And this witch is texting Epstein. He's asking her the questions, to the information to ask Cohen. She asks him, and then she tries to flip the script. Do you see what I'm talking about? I don't even call it hypocrisy no more. This shit is insanity. It's lunacy. And then they think that we're stupid enough that they can freaking try to go technical or whatever the freak they're trying to call it. Look, this shit giving me high blood pressure. I don't even know if I got high blood pressure, but I know I probably got it now. The games that we are playing within the government to this extent, they won't even do nothing. They're like, she ain't do shit. The guy that we know was dealing and wheeling with all this shit, even after the fact, we fucking with him. But we saying you fucking with him? No, don't worry about it. Ain't nothing to see here. Love the SNAP plan. Reapply proof of citizenship and proof of inability to work, and aged people are going to lose their shit. Well, let them lose it, Mama Mona. Let them lose it. If you don't need it, hey, there's too many other people out there that need it. But this is literally some crazy shit we're dealing with that we really got to wake up to. Well, there's a lot of people that don't care, though. There's a lot of people that don't care. I mean, let's get that shit straight. Because they're ones that been, oh, Trump's there, Trump's there, Trump's there. Come to find out, there are people are there, and now they're crickets. Oh, Trump manipulated the files to put them in there, and this and that. This is a crazy freaking game. This is a crazy game. But I mean, I give Trump credit because when I wake up, I see him grinding. I see him grinding. And look, he gonna wake up one day and just shut this motherfucker down. That's what he gonna do. He gonna wake up one day and be like, you know what? Enough of this bullshit. And he just gonna shut the show down. Because and me for one, I wouldn't be offended at all. Because there's some crazy shit going on in America. There was a day I could click on my TV and know it was another country where this shit was going on. But when you've allowed the shit to come over and infiltrate your homeland, eventually you get to have a first-hand account of exactly what they've been doing in their country, and now they've brought it here. This is the thing. Will Americans assimilate? Will Americans let you know, sometimes you gotta be careful what you want to talk about. You really do. Especially when it comes to something like this. They are in our halls of Congress. They're in our government. Listen, I don't want. No, I was gonna make a joke. I ain't gonna make no joke because this is serious. This is serious. But yeah, they've infiltrated our government. I mean, And it's just sad to see that we have to sit back and watch it. That's the sad part, that we have to sit back and watch it. But when is enough going to be enough? That's all I'm saying. Because I don't see no sign that it's going to degress without a resistance. I just see it excelling and excelling and excelling until finally the rubber hits the road and Americans say, you know what? Not here. Not on our watch. Not on our watch. Because it's scary seeing it. It's scary seeing it. And I know Americans, we're on the grind. We go to work and we don't have time to really pay attention. But being not naive, but being distant from what's taking place and not paying attention and then seeing it and then being shocked. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And I'm just glad. This is what I'm proud of. I'm proud of the fact that patriots are patient. That's what I'm proud of. Because I haven't really seen anybody lose it yet. I've seen some patriot protests and all of that stuff go up and have confrontations and stuff with, but I'm so proud because the way the other side is, I mean, yeah, that part. So y'all just keep praying for this country, man, because that's all we can really do is pray. This shit right here, this ain't about Democrat, Republican. This is about some demon shit. This is about people trying to make this place into some type of communist, socialist. Everything is government funded based and all of that shit that just don't work and that just ain't America. That's what they trying to do. When it all comes down to it. I mean, we seeing it. We watching it live and in living color. Live and in living color. So what do you do? But sit back and try not to let it drive you crazy. That's what you do. You sit back and try not to let it drive you crazy because this is really some crazy shit. Well, we had a good show today. Y'all got y'all damn files. I hope y'all are happy. Hope y'all satisfied. Ain't nothing but Democrat interaction on there with Jeffrey Epstein. So yeah, I expect them to try to sweep that shit under the rug after but they always do that. They always gaslight. They always pump up the volume, and then when the shit cracks, they try to move on to something else. So I expect that to happen too. And listen, if there's a call of prayer, morning prayer coming to your neighborhood, man, y'all better talk about it. Y'all better talk about it, man. But other than that, I hope y'all had a good time this morning for the quick morning coffee. I know I did. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all ring the bell, get them instant notifications depending on the platform you are following the Patriots Lab. And I had a good time this morning. So as always, in the meantime, in between time until next time, this is your dude. I'm out. Peace.